Now, on a bit of a lighter side in talking about the First World War, we're going to start discussing some of the many inventions that came out of this war. And one of the things that, many things that came out was they decided that the people weren't getting enough vitamin D, so they invented sun lamps. Another things they invented was air traffic control came out, because airplanes were now becoming a new thing, and they were having a hard time getting all those planes to land. Another interesting thing was by a German chancellor who actually had the idea of inventing what could be considered a vegan sausage, because meat was so scarce. They took soy and barley and oats and all kinds of other things and made what could be considered um, a vegan sausage. Another interesting thing was there was a British inventor who was commissioned by the British government to make a better iron to use in the guns that the British were using. So he made several different prototypes, several different things, and this wasn't going to work. He threw it to the side. That wasn't working. To throw it to the side. There was one specific type of metal which he added chromium to, and he noticed that as it was sitting in that junk pile, it wasn't rusting. And so he pulled it up, began studying it further, and that, my friends, was the invention of stainless steel. Like some inventions, they're done, quite frankly, not intentional. So that's how stainless steel was used in all the engines in the Air Force. They began using it in all of our cutlery, which we still use to this day. It goes into all medical things. It goes into things like rings, like my ring here with the seal of Melchizedek on it. That is also made of stainless steel. And another remarkable thing was they discovered that there was a very effective combination of cellulose and fine gauze that was invented, which had 5 times the absorption capacity of regular cotton. And so they started working with it, but they did notice that the women who worked in the Red Cross during the war began taking it and using it for, quite frankly, feminine hygiene because of its effectiveness. And so an American company in the 1920s began making these for the sake of feminine hygiene. And it was a combination of a cotton texture, so they called it Kotex. That is where it was invented in 1920 and put on the market for the American consumer to start using. In addition to that, they didn't stop there. They decided they also wanted to make a disposable pocket handkerchief. So using that exact same technology, they decided to put it forward and make what we have here, Kleenex, from the same company. Some of the many things also came from there. And another remarkable thing that came from there was Germany had an idea in 1916, because there was a major coal shortage, of doing time zones. So basically they changed it to daylight savings times. This way, because they didn't want to burn coal all hours of the night. So, okay, when the sun's up, we're up. When the sun's down, we're down. They changed the clocks accordingly. Britain and the United States began doing that. In the 1920s, the United States Congress actually commissioned the creation of time zones and daylight savings time. That's one of the many things that were invented during the First World War. There to go. More to come.